Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Rocky's Ramblings, where I ramble on about coins and you suffer through it. Today I have a roll of what I believe to be primarily Indian head cents, another eBay pickup, and yes, I know they've been searched and all that, but if you ever follow my Morgan stuff, I have a bunch of Morgan dollars that I got almost completely off of rolls on eBay, and I have found a lot of good wins in them when it comes to VAMs, varieties, dimples, this and that. So even though they're searched through, they don't search them all completely. Of course, it always depends on the seller, how thoroughly they search through them. But I didn't pay a fortune for any of these, and I picked this one up. I can't even remember what the end one was, but I just thought in the pictures the quality looked decent, and it was looking pretty decent to me there. And it had a 3-cent piece, so that's pretty cool. So at any rate, let's tear into it and see what I got. Well, there's the 3-cent piece. Not super good quality, but I don't have a lot of these, so I thought it'd be pretty cool. I think they're silver, if I remember right, because they didn't even have nickels at that time, and they called nickels nickels because they used nickel to strike it. So anyway, not, not great quality. No clue what it's worth. If I had to guess, it's probably somewhere around a grade 8, pretty heavily worn. But I will go over the top finds at the end of the video. If you're interested in any of the Morgan videos I mentioned, follow that link. So yeah, I'm gonna dig into some of these pennies and see what I got. I see right there I've got a Lincoln cent, where I was hoping these were gonna be mostly Indian heads, but it looks like I got a variety of wheats and Indians. So I'm going to dig into them, and I will bring you back in if I find anything good. You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna kind of search through them with you on the while I got you here, because I don't exactly have a ton to go through anyway. 56, 1903 Indian, 58D. These, the 1958 actually has a double die on it, but I don't think it's 58D. So at any rate, that's what that one is. 1900 Indian, 58D again, 45 beat to crap. That one's not going to be worth nothing. 37. 37. When it comes to the pennies, I don't usually get excited except for, the real fancy. Like if I were to see a 55, you're going to be looking for the double die 55, of course, but that's extremely rare. I usually get more excited about teens, 20s, 30s. There's more in those dates that have key dates, and off the top of my head again, 1910, that's an old one. Off the top of my head, I don't remember the key dates, but I will be researching it and going through them. 39D, 1905 Indian. Here's a 57D, shiny. 41, beat up. It's a nice 54D, and I'm trying to remember if it's a 53D or a 54D that you want to look for. I think it's a double D on it, I think. So I'll check that closer later. 41D, 39, 29S. S. I think it's some of the S's are kind of hard to find. 1906 Indian. So here is where the end one was. So it's a 1902 Indian. And I think that's pretty nice looking coin. Honestly, I don't see a whole lot of nice Indian cents, but there's a lot of definition in the feathers. You can read Liberty thoroughly. Looks like a pretty nice coin. So I'll dig into that one a little bit more, see if there's any kind of varieties or anything I should look for on it, and see what it's just worth in a nicer grade. $32. Yeah, I gotta say, most of the time I get a whole lot of 50s in these rolls, so I'm not upset to see. 48. Another one you want to look for is if you see a 43 copper cent. That's extremely rare. 38D. Because in 43 they were all steel, but there were some that got struck on copper planchets. 19D. 37. 39. Got a whole lot in the 30s. I mean, that's cool. I just like old stuff. So, of course, all these are old, but the older the better, in my opinion. 30D. Another 30D. Not as nice as my other one, but still not half bad. Another Indian, 82. See, that one's not half bad. You can read Liberty. It's still not as good as that 02. But I'll dig into that one a little bit more. 18. 31. 36. Now, I'll say the guy was fair if he did search through him too much. 1909. Dang, that's cool. That's the first year that the Lincoln cent was struck, but I think you want to look for the VDB. Where is it? I honestly don't remember about the VDB, but there's something about the maker's mark, maker's initials you want to look for. So I'll dig into that and look for it. And to be honest, that's actually not a bad quality-wise for a 1909. I mean, check out the that's a 28. Shoot, I lost it in the pile, but the 1910 was pretty rough. So that's pretty cool. I honestly don't know if I've ever found a 1909 searching through one of these. 1903. 38. What I was saying was that for him to give me so many 30s and older, if he did search through them, which, like I said, they probably did, 50, but most of the time I get tons of 50s. They were just printed more. 1919. Not printed, minted. And a 37. All right, so that's it for all of them, but I am gonna search through them a bit more meticulously now and see what I can find. All right, guys, so bringing you back in here, the 3-cent piece, as I suspected, probably no better than an 8. In a 6 to 8, let's call it. In this grade, it's about $25 to $30. I'm probably gonna send it in and get it slabbed just because I've never gotten one of these before. Actually, I think I have one somewhere, but it was in worse condition than this. And yeah, so at any rate, why not? I sent them in through Annex, and Annex is cheap and quick. So it's just nice to have it slabbed. Then there's this one. I've never found a 1909 coin roll hunting before. And condition-wise, I mean, it's not great or nothing, but it's still, decent. I'd call it, maybe if I'm lucky, it's a 50. And It's around a $14 coin. And I'm going to send this one in and have it slabbed as well, just because I've never found a 1909 before. Even though it's not a VDB, that's what you want to look for. You want to look for the VDB on the bottom in between the wheat leaves there. Wheat kernels, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, my first 1909, so I'll probably send that one in too. This one though, this one could be worth something. So I was looking at it pretty close through the loop, and I gotta say, it's a pretty nice coin. You know, it probably doesn't look as nice in the camera as it does to me. There's a little gash in the 5th headrest feather, 5th from the top. Can't really see it here, maybe kind of right there you can see it. But the fields look nice, everything looks really nice. The only other problem I really found on it is there's a small scratch between underneath the N and T of cent. You can kind of see it there. And yeah, I mean some very minor dings around the edges and stuff. So I was looking at it, comparing it to PCGS's pictures, and I honestly feel mine looks better than their 66. And their 66, a $550 coin in brown. But I'm just gonna, play it safe. I'd call it a 65, and that'd be a $165 coin. I can't remember what I paid for the roll, but I don't think it was that much. So yeah, I might have found a pretty good score in there. I'll send this one into Anax as well, and when I get it back, I always make videos of my returns. Sometimes the submissions I forget to or get too eager to get one out. But at any rate, so let me know in the comments below, is it a keeper? Do you think I should send it in? Is it worth sending in? I'm gonna send it in anyway. But anyway, I hope you guys like my content. I've been a little lax in getting it out to you lately, but I'm trying. It's just busy season for me. So please subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and hit that like button. It really helps. And I'll see you guys on the next one.